Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again. So today I'll be showcasing one more team in the JohtoCup, and this team that I'm going to showcase is really strong, bulky and effective as well. So I'm using the core of Azumarill and Umbreon in the same team. So since both of them are in the same team, I am going to get a bit of bulk with it and a good coverage in the Johto meta as well. But since both Azumarill and Umbreon is a bulky and defense weighted Pokemon, so they do not hit very hard in neutral matchups also. So to maintain correct alignment is important and tough as well, because for me I do end up running into neutral or lead loss matchups more frequently than lead wins. So I have to keep that in mind. So since I'm using this code, I have to pick up a X Pokemon for a switch, because I cannot switch into the Azumarill directly. Rather than I need to switch into some other Pokemon. So that's going to be again the Qwilfish over here. So I am using Qwilfish again because of its spamminess and the coverage on the meta, which in turn can give me switch advantage or maybe shield advantage, which I'm having to take in both the cases. So since both of them are in the same team, I'm going to get coverage, bulk, but the safety becomes really less because of the defense fittedness for Umbreon and Azumarill. So that's the reason I'm choosing Qwilfish over here, which is really spammy and having great coverage. So this team can be broken down into a AVB team style for grass and electric, because both my backlines, like back Pokemons rather, is having the part water subtyping. So that's the reason it will be taking a bit of damage from electric and grass as well. So I have to keep in mind that the answer to electric and grass is my Umbreon, rather than getting into some unfavorable conditions with Azumarill and Qwilfish. And I have to keep one thing in mind, that Azumarill can handle a bit of electric and grass damage rather than Qwilfish, because Qwilfish is really classy for the Great League meta, and it's having a very good attack stat rather than defense. So I need to invest shields on Qwilfish as well. So that's the team comp, and that's the team strategy that I had while building this team and using it. So for me, I used this team for 3 sets. The first being 5-0, the second being 3-2 and negative losing set, or rather 2-3 and negative losing set, and the third set being 4-1. So it worked out really well. So since I was using this team for the first time, so it was kind of trial and error kind of thing. So I had to put in some effort to get the matchups and the win conditions, recognize the win conditions. So that's the reason I end up getting into a negative set, but never mind, I matched up the battles the next set, so it's kind of great. So that's all for the team comp and the team strategy, and without further more delay, let's get straight into the battles and check out how this team performed. So now moving into the first battle of the set, I have got a lead of Lanturn over here, which I am happy to take with my Umbreon over here, because my backlines doesn't want to face this Lanturn, because they will be taking super effective and neutral damage from the Lanturn as well. So since I let the first Thunderbolt go through, I'll be doubling up on my foul plays, and I'll be going for the first foul play, which do land over here. So as you guys can see, foul play does hit for a bit of chunk over here, but it does not hit that much hard to this Lanturn, and also Lanturn is a bit bulky. So that's the reason I'll be going to throw the next foul play, which might end up getting the first shield, but my opponent lets it go, which is fine. So now this is going to be one more Hydro Pump, which I have to let it go, and they comes back with a Shadow Granbull over here. So I don't want to stay in that matchup. I'll be safe swapping, I'll be countering the Shadow Granbull with my Qwilfish, which is really spammy and does have the poison subtyping, which can resist the charm as well. But since Qwilfish is very classy, and this shadow charm damage is really heavy and oppressive. I have to give up one shield, and now I'll be going to throw the next Aqua Tail of my own. So let's see. My opponent does let the Aqua Tail go this time, and they comes back with their own Skarmory, which I am happy with, because now I can easily throw this neutral Aqua Tail, which does add up onto this bulky Skarmory as well, and now I can easily come back. I have to come back with my own Azumarill in this case, because my Umbreon is really low, and this is kind of a winnable matchup in a one shield scenario as well. So this is going to be a Brave Bird, I believe. Yeah, it's a Brave Bird, and they will be forced to shield over here because their defense is lowered right now. So yeah, they end up shielding over here, and they switched into their Lanturn because they want to reset their own debuffs on the defense. So that's the reason they switched out and they came back with their Skarmory once again. So now this is going to be really close because I have to get to one Ice Beam, which will not be enough to get the knockout from that range, I believe. Yeah, which is not enough, but I could get to one more bubble, which is enough to get the knockout and eventually get the win for the first battle. So GG's to my opponent. Great game. So moving on to the next game and picking up again a neutral lead over here with Magcargo over here, and they switched into their Quagsire over here, which I am happy to take on with this Umbreon, because Quagsire is having access to Earthquake, which both of my Qwilfish and Lanturn doesn't want to face. So I'll be handling this Quagsire with my Umbreon, and since they came back with their own Magcargo in the lead, so I have two great response for Magcargo as well in my backline. So I'll be staying into this matchup, so I can take two Earthquakes easily with my Umbreon over here, which is really great. And now I'll be going for back-to-back foul plays, which might get shields from my opponent, I believe. So this is going to be the next foul play, which do end up giving me the first shield from my opponent, which is really nice. And now I will be coming back with my Azumarill over here, and Azumarill can easily take a Stone Edge, Earthquake, and a Sludge Bomb as well. I believe this Quagsire is not running Sludge Bomb, so that's the reason I end up getting I end up not shielding that, which is fine. And they comes back with a Jumpluff over here, which is really nice. So Jumpluff, being ice, being grass flying, does not want to take in one Ice Beam, so that's the reason I threw the Ice Beam very quickly. So now I'll be switching back into my Qwilfish. So after shielding up the first acrobatics from the Jumpluff, I'll be going for the next Aqua Tail, which will do a heavy damage to this Magcargo over here, and I have to go for back-to-back Aqua Tails to get the knockout for this Magcargo, and they have their own Jumpluff in their back, to which I'll be giving up the final shield, which is going to be I'll let it go. Yeah, I let it go this time because I can survive one acrobatics and one or maybe a energy ball in that case, and I'll be going for the next sludge wave, which will be enough to get the knockout for the Jumpluff and eventually giving me the win for the second battle as well. So GG's. Moving into the third battle, I pick up a really spicy lead over here, and which is a neutral one as well. So with this Porygon 2 over here, so Porygon 2 does have access to Lock On, Try Attack, and Zap Cannon, I believe. Yeah, it's Zap Cannon. So now I'll be going to throw the first foul play after loading up a bit of extra energy, and I do get the shield over here, which is really interesting. And I believe they went for the Try Attack once again, back-to-back Try Attacks, and Try Attack does have a chance to debuff my attack and defense, which in turn they get over here. So now I'll be going for the next Try Attack, which will not do as much damage because I'm debuffed, which you guys can easily see. So since I load a bit of extra energy, I went I wanted to go for the hard-hitting move of Last Resort again, but this is not a great thing because now my defense and my uh, and my attack is double debuffed, so I think they will be farming me down, but not before I can get to one more foul play once again. So this will be really close, because this can easily knock the Porygon out from that range, and they end up giving me the final shield from which is really nice. So now I can easily come back with my Azumarill, but I have to respect the Zap Cannon from a Porygon too. So I will be giving up my first shield, and that was a Zap Cannon. And Zap Cannon, it does have a 100% chance of debuffing my attack as well. So that's really a great shield from my end. So this is going to be a try attack, which I can easily let it go, and I can easily farm down the Porygon 2 as well. So let's see what they have got onto their back. So they have got their own Shadow Granbull to which I threw the first Ice Beam, which is not a recommended move right now, because I should have went for the player up for neutral damage. But since I switched into my Qwilfish over here, which is a great response to Granbull, they switched into their Magcargo, which is now switch locked, and will be taking two Aqua Tails back to back onto their face, which will eventually knock the Magcargo out, and they just have got their own Granbull into their back, to which I do end up investing my final shield and going for a next Aqua Tail, which will be definitely be enough to knock the Granbull out and to get the win for this battle as well. So that's a great game to my opponent. GG's. Moving into the fourth battle of this set, I have got a very rough lead over here with Shadow Granbull. So that's the reason I will be switching into my own Qwilfish. But my opponent does switch out into their own Shadow Houndoom over here, which is really spicy and a great pick. So that's the reason I will be going for back-to-back Aqua Tails. So since they shielded, I will be happy to shield this time and go for back-to-back Aqua Tails, which will be enough to knock this Shadow Houndoom out from that range, because it is part dark and fire as well. So I'll be going for back-to-back Aqua Tails. So now I will be getting shield advantage and switch advantage, which is really nice. So let's see what my opponent decides to come back over here with. I believe they will be coming back with their Granbull. Yeah. So now I'll be coming back with my own Azumarill, because I don't want to face this Umbreon over here with this thing. And my opponent does have a Shadow Raikou to their back, which is really spicy and great, because Shadow Raikou is a huge investment for this league. So I tried to catch one Shadow Ball or maybe a Wild Charge with my Umbreon, which I am able to do so, which is really nice. And Wild Charge to end up debuffing my opponent's defense as well, to which I can farm this whole Raikou down to get some extra energy to throw this last resort, which will be enough to knock this Shadow Granbull out from that range, and that will be a great game for the fourth battle as well. So GG's to my opponent. Moving into the final battle of the set and picking up a neutral but winning matchup here with Umbreon against the Skarmory. So now I will be going for the Snarl Snuck In. So that's the reason I will be like overloading a bit more, but since I was at 100 energy, I threw the foul play over here. And now let's see, my opponent lets it go over here, which is fine for me. And now I could snuck in one Snarl, which is really nice for me, because that way I can have more amount of extra energy onto my Umbreon. But since they were able to snuck in one more air slash, and after landing the Brave Bird, I could get to two foul plays rather. So this is going to be the third foul play, and since they threw the Brave Bird, so it will be enough to knock this Skarmory out from that range. They comes back with the Shadow Granbull. So for Shadow Granbull, I do have a perfect answer, and since they are actually at a shield disadvantage, so now since they came out with their own Politoed, so I will be coming back with my own Azumarill this time, because Azumarill does have a winning play with its Politoed, because I am having a shield advantage. So now I'll be going for the neutral damage of neutral damage of player up. So I do land it perfectly, which is really nice, and they went for the earthquake once again, so which is really nice. So that's the reason I ended up investing my first shield over here, and now I'll be going for the next foul play, which might draw out the final shield from my opponent, but my opponent does let it go over here, which is really nice. So they comes back with their own Shadow Granbull over here, and that's the reason I will be going to get to one more foul play and going to throw that over here, which might draw out the final shield from my opponent, which is really nice. And now, since I was having a bit of energy onto my Qwilfish, I could get to one more Aqua Tail, which will be enough to knock this Granbull out from that range, but my opponent just recognizes their fate and top lifts the game, which is really nice. So with this team in the first set only, I could get to a 5-0 victory, which is really nice, and I do get a defense Deoxys, which is really nice as a reward in the GBL. So this team worked out really great for me, and with perfect alignments and matchups, you can easily climb with this team as well, so which is really nice. So if you guys are using this team, do let me know down in the comments, and thanks for watching, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.